I want to talk to you today about Senator Al Green, Cory Booker, Jasmine Crockett, and all of those who fit that mold, who are such a different breed of representative of the people. But we are blind because we seemingly like the people who do not vote for our best welfare in our favor, who are advocates for us. We're so used to being kicked in our behind that we can't praise and see what these people are truly giving up to speak against the status quo. You see, we like people taking things from us, taking our money, putting us in jeopardy with Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. Cory Booker stood on his feet for 25 hours talking about the sins and the wrong against the people that this administration is exercising. And don't let me forget, he was basically pointing at the commander-in-chief, Trump, okay? Now, I had a t-shirt that I found and it was very informative. He said something to the effect that fake people I get many of, but a loyal person is a rarity. We run across so many fake people, we believe that is true. That's what people are supposed to look like, and that's what people are supposed to be like, so that when we get something good for us, it's just like food. We've eaten so much contaminated food and drank so much contaminated water that when we get something that's good for us, something that's drinkable, we find it to be inadequate. It's not something we used to. Well, I don't want to be a part of that crowd. And I understand that when I talk about certain subjects, I alienate myself away from some people because they're so comfortable. You see, I make them uncomfortable. Well, the hell with you. You know what I'm saying? The deal is this. The truth is the truth. And if you have a better truth, please tell me, because I do not want to give away information that is false. Today's video will be called Differences. We have senators that are fighting on our behalf. They're a very small group of people out of hundreds of senators and representatives. And you act like you don't care. I'm talking about the citizens of America, black, white, pink, yellow. You see, as long as you thought it was just affecting people like me, African Americans, or for those who call themselves black Indians, or foundational this or that, I'm not going to get into that today, because all of that seems to be a really sick conversation. It's nothing but pitting one group against another one. Differences is what this video is about, and differences is what you're going to get. They like for us to be called black Indians, foundational brothers, African American, and all the other things that they have called are great people, as told by their DNA, not told by a person, not told by me, not told by Egyptologists, scientists, geneticists, and all the like, as told by your DNA. Now, we got people like Al Green willing to sacrifice himself, Jasmine Crockett willing to sacrifice herself, Cory Booker willing to sacrifice themselves for us, and what do? This is the kind of senator you like. Let me give it to you right now. This is y'all, black or white, pink or yellow. This is who you love right here.
Strom Thurmond may be the most racist senator that ever lived, and he had a black daughter. Jane Strom Thurmond was a United States Senator from South Carolina who served in his position from 1956 until 2003 when he was 98. And he would die 2 years later at 100 years old. And all things considered, I have him up there as one of the most racist senators in modern history. He was the voice of segregation in the mid-20th century. He gave a 24-hour filibuster in opposition of the Civil Rights Act of 1957. He voted against the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Behind this fiery passion for segregation, hidden in the shadows, was his black daughter, Essie Mae Washington. 1925, when Thurmond was 22, he assaulted and fathered a child with a 16-year-old housekeeper who worked at the Thurmond family home in Edgefield, South Carolina. Over the course of the next 60 years, Essie Mae and Strom Thurmond kept a relationship. They kept communication. He acknowledged her as his daughter in private. Essie Mae would wait until after Strom died in 2004 to come out in public at the urging of her kids to say, hey, that was my father. Died in February of 2013 at the age of 87.
Now, it's funny. You talk about black folks as if they have no soul, but they weren't the ones raping and stealing lands from people and doing all types of things that would make you a felon. You know, you invited Europeans over to America when you got the land, or you wanted the land and you were gonna take it. And what type of people, what type of Europeans did you invite? Did you, the aristocracy? Hell no. You went into your jails and your asylums and you got the worst vomits that you could get. And you sent them to Australia and all of these other places. And I'll tell you something right now. That is a phone call that I'm going to have to ignore because I'm in the middle of this. But this is the deal. When we talk about characterizing a people, one of the things that we have to understand is that we've been lied to all our lives. We've been made to believe that we are something that we are not, and that other people are exactly what they say they are, but they are not what they're supposed to be. But the victor goes the spoils and the narrative, okay? See, this community, this earth, this world, this whatever you want to call it, is based on white supremacy, and white supremacy bases everything on color, not race. There's only one human race. All the other things, you see, you'll make a dictionary and then lie to the dictionary. You will actually lie to yourself. Because first you said race was a humankind, then you came up with black race, white race, pink, all these other races. And it can't be so. So stick with the story. See, but as somebody tells me, you twisted words that were already twisted. The Indians said, you talk with forked tongue. But you know, it doesn't matter, because when you hold all the keys to the kingdom, when you hold all the money, you get to kind of do what you want. And the people that you're doing it to are sheep. They don't have a leader. Everyone that you get that you try to kill. Why our president is not for the little man. He's not for the middle class. He's not for the white or the poor or anything like that. The deal is, he's out for himself and his rich cronies. Now, Trump, used to go party in New York City, and he would go down and party with African Americans. And you know, to tell the truth, there's an affinity for European men having relations with black women, but they don't want you to touch their white women. You see? You can't have it both ways, because guess what? We don't have to rape them or do anything to them or assault them like you do ours. So we talk about the character of a person, differences. Do you see a difference between senators that will vote to touch your Social Security, that will vote to go against and say DEI is wrong, that will vote against your elderly, that will vote in line with the people that pay them? But you don't want to acknowledge the people who stand up for you. So, the truth is, we have gotten so used to being mistreated that you don't know what it feels like to be represented in a way and in a fashion that would make and let everybody know power is in the hands of the people. But the people have given that power away, because there's nobody coming out of Congress or the House of Representatives, the Supreme Court, or the Oval Office that comes out less than a millionaire. While you are getting your very checks and money that you saved up for taken away from you, making it hard for you to get it, all kind of legislation, restricting how it's distributed. And it's your money, and you let it happen. Something else before I go is that we have more than one type of truth. See, we have a European and a rich truth, and then we have a narrative that is controlled by the rich truth that is given to us ever since we're a baby, so that we are too silly to even notice that which we believe in is counterproductive to us, our children, our family, and this earth. Ibrahim Traore, you're trying to kill him. Why? Because he loves his people, he loves himself. He's trying to get the resources of his country to build his country up, and not Europe, not the United States. What's wrong with that? While our people are creating chaos. But during the chaos, most people, they're so smart that they don't know they create chaos, Wall Street and all of that, so that they can put their real plan into play. While you so busy worrying about Wall Street, the rich people didn't lose no money. And the little money that they did lose, it was all that's like play money to them, monopoly. Because now they're going to get even richer. But the poor people who lost money in the stock exchange just because somebody raised tariffs and angered a whole lot of people, then those people are pissed off with them. Now we're on the brink of war. We're on the brink of a man trying to pass an insurrection law so that he can use the military against anybody who will be actually man enough or woman enough to stand against him. You see, I've always said that what he's been trying to do the whole time in the United States is get control of the military. And therefore, there will be no opposition. Look what he's done with what he's had already. He's already told you who he is, and you still love him. But I don't think you love him. You love what he stands for, because that's who you are. Well, let me tell you something. There's a people who are tired of being misused, abused, running into glass ceilings, running into a white supremacy society governed by the way you look and money. All we have are people that are scarecrows. All they're there for is to try to scare away the buzzards. They're not doing anything because they've already done it. Their soul is sold, but they're rich forever. And you sit back and you watch it. I don't care about your views. I don't really even care about your subscriptions, because you've already shown me that the following that I have is about the truth. You don't want the truth. You want fake news. If you want fake news, go to your fake people and live your life, what little bit you have of it, and what you're trying to pay for it, because guess what? In 30, 60 days, you don't pay the piper, the same people that you're supporting, you out on the streets. And that's the truth.